Now I would like to show you probably my most favorite tool, a semi-corpus, which is called Ludwig Guru. And again, I want to start with the task from CAE exam, and this is a photocopy of a book, Advanced Trainer, and this is the first task in the exam that tests collocational knowledge. And a couple of days ago, we were doing this task with my students, and when we came to gap 7, you can see I highlighted it in yellow, yeah, what it could and couldn't do, changes within the industry. And the options are hurried, drove, exerted, and pressed. And the right answer is drove. So the collocation tested is drove changes. But one of my students disagreed and said, and what about press changes? Does this collocation exist? And this is actually the moment where I can use Ludwig Guru. Ludwig.guru is a semi-corpus where you can find sentences and good reliable examples from different media. So the question was about the existence of the collocation to press changes. So I type it here and let's look what Ludwig says. We have 3 exact matches, not a lot, but let's take a look at this. The first one, still none of these bad press changes the fact that. So here we see that this is not really a collocation because a press here is a noun, bad press, and changes is the verb. So we can't really say that this is reliable because press changes here is not a collocation. Let's take a look at the other 2 examples. And move Hillary to press changes to the primary election system. Yes, this is a genuine collocation to press changes, so this is what we were looking for. And this is from Huffington Post. And the last example, she didn't want to press changes. Well, fine, yeah, so we found 2 examples, but from a million word corpus is actually not a lot. So only Huffington Post used this collocation, and it means that the collocation exists, but it's not frequent. So the frequency is really low. And we are interested in medium strength collocations and something that is more frequent. Let's take a look at the collocation that was right, to drive changes. Here we see totally different results because here we have 60 out of 126 exact matches. Oh, that's the difference comparing to the 2 that we have to see. Let's take a look at the examples. Can consumers also drive changes in their supply chains? Guardian, okay, good example. Researchers say the data can drive changes in everyday behavior. The New York Times, again, a very good collocation. Forbes, it gave me the freedom to work and drive changes in business models. Again, very good one. So we see that examples are good, and there is a variety of sources that use this collocation. There are loads of them, yeah, so many different. And we can conclude that drive changes is a much more frequent collocation than press changes. So when we speak about collocations, we always think about their frequency, yeah? So we teach the probable, not the possible. And whenever your students ask you a question, is it possible to say this or that? You can always check it with a corpus or with a tool like Ludwig Guru, and it's much better and much more reliable than to try to Google search it, for example. So use Ludwig Guru and enjoy it.